what is up? So I had all sorts of negative things to say, and they were important because of for positive reasons. Also leads me to kind of lessons like you kind of are the reason why you do things, not necessarily who people say you are. It just goes into a lot of things. Mainly, I want to go into a different thing. I want to teach a couple things about lessons and nature and magic, if I can. If this gives you any kind of sight, any city you're in's probably going to have 2 Irish bars downtown. It's going to have a police station, a hospital, and think about it. It should give you some kind of view of the city. You should also think about games like Morrowind or Anarchy Online or Ultima Online when it comes to nature, energy, over encumbered, how much a human being can carry, do, eat, what you need to trade. Survival games like Red Dead Revolver should give you like a picture of how to act. Mainly one thing that's kept me alive throughout the years, especially finding jobs too, even though I excel at that, is like going like ARP role-playing games. You go around, you talk to people, you ask. Usually people won't tell you their personal stuff, depending on what your barter, what your personality like, or what people would offend certain races and so on. Once you up your education of those things called culture, then you can navigate your way. You can ask certain questions, get certain infos depending on what your mission is, e.g. landing a job. Moving to the point of the lesson, because I want to give one out today. When it comes to power animals, basically, I'll say on the crazy from now on when I'm talking about something crazy like conspiracy theory or like government agents coming up to me. So if basically somebody sent somebody in jail to talk to me, I would sugarcoat something with like misdirection that there's a way that I know that who people are talking to because of the sugar I put on it. It has a certain scent. I'm not going to go into all that, but that's important. More so, I was going to go into the power animal of the radar, the bat. I use myself as the beacon, so I can I take a lot of damage in this kind of experiment, but it's where my sight lies. It gives me my base for reality. Thus, I am the bottom, and everything else is the top. I'm as far as anybody else would realistically go, considering how many times I've stood up for things and sacrificed myself in life or death situations that should have taken me out. It's just there's a number to infinity of the probability of things I would know versus somebody else in comparison, if that makes sense to you. Moving forward to a lesson, I have 2. One was for the other book, and I finally remembered it today after deep meditation. It's also how you activate a soul chakra. It's called Brad Pitt is Brad Pitt. Basically, at a certain point, you have people that you idolize, that you want to be. I saw Brad Pitt Fight Club, things like that, right? So I want to get some pussy, want to be Brad Pitt. There's some other things with that. Point is, Brad Pitt is Brad Pitt. You're you. If you try to be Brad Pitt, you only be a lesser Brad Pitt. Eventually, you have to dig deeper and close your eyes until there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Lesson applies to this too. You have to look beyond. So with activating like 11th chakra or like a 9th chakra for the soul blueprint and checking out past lives and shit like that, not only does that apply to frequencies, it also applies at having a base and basically actually having experience in life. But the point is you are you. You're not gonna be an idol. That's dumb. You have a mission, you have purpose in life, you find your purpose, or maybe you don't and you work in the system, maybe that is your purpose. I don't know. So that's one. The other one, let's see if this is still going. Cool. This should be on audio. You're probably just seeing my mouth move. It's probably really weird. The other one is fight a vice with a vice. As far as working out or anything healthy I've done, big mistake, and I just want to give this kind of workout lesson. People make things too hard with yoga and stuff like that. I'm not Mr. Yoga Master. I'm master of nothing. The point is I played Final Fantasy Tactics, went through enough job classes to make new job classes, which is another lesson I'm not going to go into. Point is eventually start learning, teaching yourself things, how to heal yourself. More to that, when it comes to yoga, just do half poses. Like there's a pose where you kind of like do this, and then you also do one of these where like looking at your third eye. You can just do the third eye thing and do the shoulder stretch. You can just do half the pose. If you can't do the other one, people make things too hard. Everyone's trying to get you to follow their freaking religion and sell something since like the 80s with like Tony Little on the Gazelle, rather than actually teaching you how to work out. Just get in the gym 4 days a week, eat a lot of food, advice with advice, smoke weed if you're trying to get off alcohol or heroin. It's very easy. That's how you heal yourself. Vice with the vice. You can't get off one thing, you fight with another. It's called habits. Chinese, what do you call that? What do you, when it's like a little hymn, it's a poem, it's through their lineage. Are we still here? We're still here. I'm not going to go into it. It's a Chinese proverb.